Hiya, ladies and gents. This is Nightmare Comics one this time with my first audio video in a while. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike came out. If you've been following this channel, that's kind of been ruling my life right now. you know, and y'all at least watch the videos. I don't put up pointless matches. I put up matches that were like special in my head. So at least help me feel special by watching the videos. But yeah, like I did this part, but I ain't gonna go into it. Just watch the video, watch the videos, and if you don't like that type of stuff, you might as well unsubscribe to this channel now, because it's gonna be a lot of them videos, because they added that YouTube feature. So anyway, this is my review of my pull list this week, and I figured I had to do it this way. I'm behind on like a few weeks or whatever, but I try and do this every week. You know what I'm saying? I can't make no guarantees, but I feel like I pretty much had to do it this week. Like I had no choice. So let me start off with the big one. Let's start with the big one. Justice League #1. This will probably be the bulk of this video. Okay. Pretty much this is the beginning of the relaunch. The JLA will anchor the relaunch, pretty much, and I feel like they should. They're the center of the DCU. Makes the most sense. Okay, is this book the grand beginning that we all thought it would be? Probably not. No. Is it a pretty good book? Yeah, I thought it was alright enough. I didn't think it was bad or anything like that. Is it a book that new readers will necessarily latch on? I didn't really see it as that either. Like, it still had the same pacing that I know that most comic books, most normal comic books have. Like, I'm not saying that, pretty much I'm saying make this for dummies. Like, you know what I mean? And it wasn't necessarily for dummies, if you get what I'm saying. And there wasn't really a lot of storytelling going on in this book. There was more so like, hey, look at Hal Jordan and Bruce Wayne team up, and and Look how cool they are together. They never met each other before. Isn't this cool? Look how cool this is. And it wasn't really much storytelling. You know what I mean? And they alluded to Darkseid. The fucking thing they fought. Hell Darkseid or something like that, and then blew up or some shit like that. But they alluded to him and things like that. The last page with Superman. I guess we're gonna get Superman versus Batman. We ain't never seen this before. Yeah, it's never happened before. But. But most of the time it's good. I'm not down on the book. I didn't think it was horrible. Will I get the second one? Probably. As I said, I didn't think it was horrible. I really like Jeff Johns. Jim Lee's art was great in this. Some people don't like Jim Lee's DC stuff. I'm one of those people that absolutely love it. I think Jim Lee's one of my favorite artists. Period. So I'm still gonna get this book. You know what I mean? Unless it goes totally off the deep end, it's just total shit. I don't see myself getting it, But yeah, like it was, it's not this grand beginning that everybody's gonna think. These great and wonderful things didn't happen in this book, but it's not a bad comic book. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not horrible. All right, next we got Flashpoint #5. Pretty much how everything ended with the old DCU. I'll be honest, man. Like I hadn't been too high on this event. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get the fourth one. I just know what happened in it. You know what I mean? And let's just put it like this, alright? I won't lie. The last 2 pages of this book are pretty fucking incredible. Like, it's pretty, like, mind-numbing what happens in this book. Like, especially at the end. Like, to see a character pretty much do something that wasn't necessarily entirely in character. It was actually a pretty cool moment. I won't even lie to you. Like, it kind of got to me. You know what I mean? At that moment. This issue as a whole was definitely the best of the series. But that ain't saying much, to be honest with you. Okay, here's another little rant. A lot of people say that this was better. Well, this ended up being better than what Fear Itself will be. First off, let's see how Fear Itself ends. But my biggest problem with Flashpoint is that there were too much happening in these stories. Like, people say Fear Itself has a real slow, methodical pace, and not much happens, and the book plays it safe. And I don't mind that. I actually think that you know, the stuff that happens in the book is exciting enough to pretty much keep me there. Like the fight with Thor and the one that just happened, to fight with Thor, the Thing, and the Hulk. I was marking out like a little bitch when I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it because it's been out for months now, for like a couple months now. I think like a month, but I was marking out like a little punk when Thor threw that hammer through the Thing. That was nuts. That was nuts. And then he turns to the Hulk and he says, "And I liked him." But anyway, I thought that was awesome. But you know, like this story, I just thought it was way too much happening, and like the same thing that went on with JLA. In my opinion, it wasn't necessarily enough storytelling. It was more so, you know, hey, look at all the things that's different. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is cool. You know, hey, this wasn't like it was before. It's kind of like House of M, minus like the amazing story that House of M had. You know what I mean? That same type of deal. But yeah, I really like House of M. Yeah, I said it. Fuck y'all. But yeah, it was, you know, Flashpoint 5. I can't lie, it was a good book. But the event itself, I wouldn't necessarily call it good. I wouldn't even recommend getting the trade, to be honest with you. But this issue itself was actually really good, though. I won't lie. I can't tell a lie. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. All right, the next we got Lock and Key Clockworks #2. This is a weird book. Like for the first time ever, I kind of felt like that. Remember how I said that in my last video when I talked about Lock and Key, you can pretty much start from any story. You know what I mean, and not necessarily be lost. Well, this is the first time out of every story they had that I kind of feel like you needed a little bit of backstory. You know what I mean? Well, a lot of bit of backstory. But you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try not to say anything. But like, it's some really weird shit that goes on in this book. And I thought it was really good, man. Joe Hill delivers again. You know, there is not a bad issue of Lock and Key. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's pretty good. You know what I mean? To me, right now, it's the second most interesting thing going on at IDW is Lock and Key. You know, a lot of people are like, what's the most interesting? I'm gonna go ahead and say it, Transformers. That's just my opinion. But it's second. And yeah. But as I said, pick this up. Definitely pick this up. It's a great book, to be honest with you. Like, you know, it's just a lot of just cool stuff happens in this book. Straight up. All right. Next we have Iron Man 2.0 #8. Nick Spencer, great writer. You know what I mean? Who's on the art on this? I totally forgot. Hold on, give me a second, people. Give me a second. But yeah, I don't want to sit here and let y'all wait. But Nick Spencer does a phenomenal job with this art. I mean, with the story. Like here's pretty much the basis of the book. Okay, there is almost like a criminal who was thought to be, you know, dead for a while. You know what I mean? And you know, there was a criminal. You know, people. You know, it was a guy that they believe was doing all these tech type crimes like technology theft and assassinations and stuff like that. And it doesn't really pan out because the guy by the name of Palmer Adley that they said was doing it has been dead for like a few years now. And it's pretty much like the story has been Rhodey trying to find out the truth behind all this. You know what I mean? And you know, Rhodey is you know, Iron Man 2.0. If you didn't know, he pretty much got an update from Tony, and now he looks the way he looks now. I really don't like I'm be honest. I really don't like the armor that much. I miss the War Machine armor, but it doesn't stop the story from being great, fucking great, like straight up. And like the reveal about what's actually going on with Palmer Adley. It's not what you expect, you know what I mean? It's really not what you expect. I didn't expect it at all. And I thought it was really cool, to be honest with you. And I really like this book. I really like this series so far. I hadn't had the bad issue yet. You know what I mean? I would say if you're reading Invincible Iron Man, you should check this out. You know what I mean? If you're any type of remote fan of Iron Man, I would say definitely at least check this out. You know what I mean? Like, you won't be disappointed. Like, I really like this book a lot. A whole lot. But still not digging that armor though. I want War Machine back. Next we got my pick of the week. Uncanny X-Force 14. This is amazing. Okay, this is okay. A little bit of what's going on in this book now. If you don't know, in the first story arc of Uncanny X-Force, the team, they pretty much have a mission to kill the reincarnation of Apocalypse or whatever, right? A lot of things happen, this and that. If you want to read that story, I guarantee, I'll warn you now, cut this video off if you want to read that story. But I'll get you to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, they end up doing it, right? And a lot of things happen. Like, you know, it's not as clear cut as I make it seem. A lot of things happen on the way to that. It's one of my favorite stories of like the past 3-4 years, to be honest. I fucking love that story. But anyway, since then or whatever, as you know, Apocalypse is his essence pretty much. You know, he's all, you know, he never will die. You know, hence him being immortal. Like, his essence will always find an heir. You know what I mean? Like, you know, his body might be gone like it is now, but you know, his power and his pretty much his psyche and, you know, his all around just, you know, lust for power in general will transfer to someone else. You know what I mean? His closest heir. And after they killed the kid, who do you think that leaves? And, you know, who was Apocalypse's favorite horseman, and who's a part of this team? If you can't guess, Warren. See, Warren, pretty much the whole series been struggling with Archangel. Archangel's kind of been like a split personality. You know what I mean? Like, he can't control the things that Archangel does. Well, pretty much Archangel is taking over. And, you know, they have to stop Warren at all costs. You know what I mean? So, as a result, they go to an alternate reality to find this thing called the Life Seed. Pretty much, Dark Beast tells them about it. He pretty much tells them, you have to go to this reality, find the Life Seed and all this stuff. A lot of crazy shit happens there. I ain't gonna ruin what happens. But they finally get back. And this issue is what happened this issue is what happens when they get back. And it's amazing. Like, it's amazing. Like, I don't really want to spoil anything about this book. I will just say this. Archangel is one of the coolest characters in the X universe, you know what I mean? And this is a really cool, like, a lot of just really cool shit happens in this book. You gotta read this book. You gotta read the series. Ask anybody. Ask True Slayer. I'm always preaching. This series is great. X-Men sucks ass. I know that. Uncanny X-Men is terrible. Okay, most of the X-Men books suck. Okay, this is hands down the best one, and probably one of the best series Marvel has on the shelves. I'm telling you, Rick Remender's been killing this. Everyone needs to get this book. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Like, this was just like kind of middle ground for this story, you know, but it has me hooked. Like, I want to know what happens next. You know what I mean? Every single issue of this arc, I want to know what happens next. They had a little arc in the middle with the Deathlocks or whatever. That wasn't really all that, but that first arc and this arc have both been phenomenal. Okay, definitely check this out. But check out the arc first. Start from the beginning of the arc, and probably read that first arc too. But yeah, y'all, that does it for me. I'll definitely holler at y'all later. Okay, let's just recap real quick. Flashpoint 5 was good, but I wouldn't recommend the series. Iron Man 2, Iron Man 2.0 number 8 is a really good series. I definitely recommend checking that out. Lock and Key Clockworks is great. Definitely buy that. Justice League number 1 is okay. Would I recommend it necessarily? No. Would I recommend it if you're trying to jump into comics? I'm not so sure. You know what I mean? Like, I would say at least read it. Maybe not necessarily buy it. You know, you can read it by other means, you know. I'm not going to divulge what those are in this video because I'll probably make a video about that. I don't know when, but I probably will. And Uncanny X-Force 14 is phenomenal. So, well, the series is phenomenal. The book, I can't lie. This issue itself is just really, really, really good. You know, but the series in general is phenomenal. Phenomenal. It really, just phenomenal. Love that series. But anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace out.